If you watch my recent video, you know that we started making our first baits. Well, we've upgraded. We've started making molds too. And still making baits. There's still a finesse worm sitting in there. So today, I'm going to show you how to make your own mold to make your own baits. Let's explore it. First, materials. You need, if you're making a flat-sided mold, a flat-sided bait. We're going to do this little drop shot bait right here. See if we can make a mold a little bit better. I have one in there right there, but it's not very good. You need glue, preferably a glue stick. This is what I've been using. And plaster. This powdery stuff, it's called plaster of Paris. It's called a lot of different stuff. And water, which we have. So we're going to get to making our mold, and a container that is flexible, that can bend. If it can bend, it's a good container. And it's kind of small, but it can still fit your bait. So let's get started. First, you want to take your glue stick and you want to lather it up. Oh, if I can get it to stick. Lather the bottom of that container up where your bait's going to sit, because you're going to stick it onto the bottom of the container. If you were going to do a paddle tail swim bait, there's another way to do it, which I'll show you, but it'll probably be in a different video. Take your bait and stick it into the bottom of the container, flat side down. There's the bait. The flat side is down, and it's glued, and it's stuck to the bottom. Next, get a cup. Just a normal solo cup. Fill it, not very much, with water. The smaller the container, the less water you'll need. That's about as much water as I need right there. Next, get another little cup. Start adding plaster to your cup. This is what's going to make the mold. You want to keep adding until you stir, and I like to call it a creamy peanut butter. That's what you want it to feel like. Whenever you're stirring and you quit stirring and it doesn't move at all, that's where you want it. I recommend stirring with a butter knife. There's one laying around the house, but once you use this butter knife, you are not going to get it clean again. So make sure your parents or whoever you live with is okay with you stealing a knife. You can use a plastic knife too. Do not wash plaster down the sink. You can wash your hands, but do not just pour plaster down the sink. Wait till, after you pour, wait till it is dry and throw the cup away. That's why you use a solo cup. Because if you do plaster down the sink, it'll clog the pipes and clog up your septic system, and you will not, it'll be expensive. So don't pour it down the sink. Next, take your plaster, make sure your bait is stuck on the bottom. Pour slowly. You should get all the corners. And kind of beat it. Make sure it's flat. And wait no earlier than 1 hour for this to fully dry. This one's going to be done soon. This one's going to take about an hour, so hopefully this one will be done soon. This is more finesse worms. You can do any flat-sided bait. You can do a fluke. They're just a little bit harder. This drop shot bait, a finesse worm with a flat side, which I need to take that out. This is a longer finesse worm. Contour worm by net bait. And this is a little drop shot bait. And then I have a couple crappie baits in there that are flat-sided too. But make sure the bait has a flat side. You could probably do a Cinco, it just wouldn't be looking too good. While these are hardening, we'll pour some plastics. This one's almost done, so we'll take this one out. That one's the one I just poured. So, for plastics, I like to use a mason jar and a little It can be a plastic measuring cup with units on it, or it can just be a normal little, whatever the heck you call this. You grab some leftover baits that you have. We're just going to use either some baits that I have done poorly on, or just any. And we'll just do these. And cut them up with scissors, or you can pull them apart with your hands. This is what it should look like when they're all cut up. They should be cut up in small pieces so it's easier to melt in the microwave. Next, jar in the microwave. Make sure your jar is not hot if you're reusing it. If you can touch the bottom like this and it's not burning your hand, you can use it. If it's a little hot, it's okay. Stick it in the microwave. Depending on the wattage of the microwave is how long you need to put it in for. I have no freaking idea how many watts this microwave is. So, because I don't think it says. But this one takes 1:30 to do. Your microwave could take anywhere from 1 minute to 2 minutes, maybe up to 3, depending on the wattage of your microwave. I do 1:30, and you let it melt. When your plastic is done, grab an oven mitt. This is really hot. The whole jar is super hot. So be careful. Grab your jar, place it onto something that's heat protected, not this plate, and pour it into the measuring cup. So, prop my phone up so you can see this a little better. Take this, again, the whole jar is really hot. Pour it in. It's not very hot anymore, but it's okay. And then grab your towel and get ready to pour. Take your mold. Be careful, because if you drop these, they're broke. And tilt your thing this way and pour from the top and let gravity do the work on the way down. This plastic's not very hot because I had to go outside for a second, but yeah. It's not enough, man. It's not very hot anymore. But, it's pretty hot. Okay, set that down. I'll have to redo it. I like to keep something sharp with me just in case something gets stuck somewhere. So, like, this is a meat injector needle. I had an injector, but the plastic, it was a plastic injector. It melted straight through that sucker, so we had to throw it away. But I still kept the needle. So, I recommend if you're going to inject slowly, get a metal or an aluminum injector. Do not get a plastic one, because the plastic that you're melted will just melt straight through the injector. But this is almost done, so I think we're about to take this out. Okay. Wiggle it. There's nothing on top that's loose. We probably need to wait another 15 minutes, because if you touch it or you wipe it and there's a little bit of residue on your finger, you need to wait longer. But we'll make some more plastics. With the jars, usually after you pour, you'll have this little bit of overdue here. Make sure it's not hot, and then just pull that out. It may fall like it just did for me, but this is still really hot. If it's hot, it'll just break apart. You want it to come out in one big piece, which is really hard to do with one hand. Well, that was... If it just stays in the bottom, you can just take some scissors or a knife and pry it out. But it's hot. See how it's still hot, so we're going to wait. Next jar, I like to keep 2 or 3 jars with me so I don't have to wait for that to cool down before I can use it again. We're going to use scraps from an old pour. Again, after a pour, just take your scraps, cut them or pull them apart into small pieces, and just Set them in your jar. Into the microwave. At 30. If you could do this outside, please, because this junk smells so bad. And the fumes don't go away for a while. If you do it inside, windows open, doors open, at the screen door, fan on, if not multiple, to get that stench out, because it smells really bad, and you can get high off that junk, and you don't want to do that. Price for materials, this junk isn't very expensive at all. A bag of 100 pounds of plaster is $26. Plus, you can buy 50-pound bags, and you can buy even little cartons of it for probably $5, $6, $9 at Lowe's. Jars, you probably have some laying around your house. Containers too. Just beware containers you probably won't be able to use again unless you wash them really good. Plastic, I'm guessing you have your own. And you can just use leftover plastic for fish you've caught them on or anything like that. Grab our jar. Whoops, throw it down. I also like to mix it a little bit, just like swish it around inside the jar. Take it, pour. I'm gonna do this kind of quick so it doesn't harden before you can pour it. Don't do it too quick though, so you don't burn yourself or make a mess or break anything. Grab your mold, belly side down, start pouring. Let gravity do the work. Stop pouring. Let that plastic get all the way down. Again, I'm not very good at this. You're going to have overspill the first while you do it, unless you just somehow just get super good at it. Try to fill in all the little holes. Yeah. It's not the best, but you can always trim it off with scissors. Or if somehow you're like Super Saiyan and you can use a butter knife for like a paint scraper and scrape off the plastic before it hardens at all, do it. I can't. I'm not that quick. But if you somehow do that, I would do it. That'll save you a little bit of time. I can't do it. I'm not that good. But let's see. Now you just wait for it to harden. And where's my knife? There it is. We're gonna get this out of this jar. All done. So when it's done, I like to find just a bad. Just pull it out slowly. Set the mold down. There's your bait. Now you just gotta trim it. These should be hardened. We'll take out this one first just to get it out of the way. One I messed up horribly on. I do not want to come out. It's not too bad looking. It's just I didn't have enough plastic to finish the job. Finish worm. Let's see how it turned out. That turned out good, yeah. This is going to be a keeper once I trim it. Here's the finished product. It's got a little bit of bubbling on it, but it'll be okay. Still looks good, though. Cut some power bait worms. I don't know how these are going to smell, because these smell really bad. I don't know how they're going to smell after they're done in the microwave. I just want that color. I like that color a lot. 130. You can also mix colors. I don't know how the heck Andrew did this last night, but it looks super, super cool. It's like an orange sherbet, kind of. I like it. He mixed like the pink and yellow together, and it looks super cool. So I don't know how he did it, but he did it. I tried to do the same thing with a finesse worm. It's just like a cooler looking color, but I really like this one. But he just took an orange and a pink, and he just poured it. Like, he didn't mix it or nothing, but he like kind of spaced them out kind of evenly in the jar. Like, you know, when you cut it, he tried to do a little bit of orange, a little bit of pink, or a little bit pink or a little yellow, whatever it's called. Tried to do a little bit of that, and I guess that's how he did it. And he didn't mix it or anything. He just poured. So, but you can melt. Oh, gosh. Oh, that's so bad. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna have to zip this up, put it over our nose, and we're gonna do this junk. Holy cow. Oh god, this smells really bad. Alright, let's do this. Oh god, let's do it. It didn't melt. It melts weird, and I'm going to put it outside because it smells so bad. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh. Okay, we're just gonna go set this inside. Oh, oh my gosh. And now the house reeks. Oh. Okay, that was a bad idea. Don't melt power bait worms in the microwave. Holy cow, that smells just so bad. I don't want to touch that junk. I tried to pour it, but it didn't solidify as quick as heck. Oh my gosh, dude. Ugh. Okay, we're not going to try that again. I can still smell it. It's so bad. It's not going away. I'm going to try something else with glitter. Oh my lord. Okay, we can do these. I think there's a couple more of these left in here. Or some of the residue from yesterday. Holy cow, it smells so bad. Yeah. Okay, I did a green pumpkin with red sparkles in it, and it's done, so we're gonna pull it out. I'm not doing anything else because I love finesse worms so much. That looks good right there. I gotta trim it up, and then we'll see the after results. Here it is. I kind of messed up the trim job a little bit, but I'm still gonna use it because this bait looks so dang good. So it looks like my KVD worms that I have with the green pumpkin. We're gonna add it to the bucket of. There's a thud again. But yeah, I think I'm gonna be done because that's real creepy. And we'll take this out first because what the heck gum. All right, let's take this out. That's just creepy, man. This is not a very flexible container, but I'm gonna try to stretch it as best as I can. You want to stretch it. Just stretch the container. Try not to. Last thing you want to do is break your mold, but beat it on your hand. If you beat it on the table, don't just You want to do it soft. Beat the bottom, because if you're not careful enough, like some of the stuff might break out in the shards, and then you won't have a mold. You have to redo it. So, yeah, they do not like to come out of this one. that is your mold. Okay, it's kind of dry. I wasn't expecting it to be, but then you take, this is what the sharp thing's for, to try to get a end out and slowly pull out your bait. There's my bait. Back in. It may not look the best, but when you pour it and you take it out, the little chips on the sides will start to come out, which is what they've done for all these. Pull. If you can do 2 baits in one, do it. Well, this is unfortunate. Now it's coming from the end of the house. What's coming from? Yeah, we're done. I'm done. What you saw toward the end was there was a couple more thuds toward the other side of the house up there, and then a newspaper that was laying in the ground on my great-grandfather's old room that he slept in before he died slid across the floor from a stack of newspapers that was sitting there. So I went back there and looked, but that's what I found, and I booked it. So I'll still go up there, but it's probably not as often, and probably during the middle of the day. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video. I hope this helped you out, and you can start making your own baits at home. If you did enjoy, please leave a like. That'd be greatly appreciated. Also hit that sub button. Only 39% of y'all are subscribed, and I want to get that to closer to 50, if not more than that. So let's see if we can do it. So hit that little red button down there and hit that bell so you never miss another video, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya.